Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Lost in Minecraft. In this episode we are going to begin our journeys from the channel pole. We will be heading north along the coast. But first of all we need a few little bits and pieces. So we're going to make ourselves a cartography table. As you can see, you need some planks and some paper. To get paper you need sugarcane. Sugarcane can often be found growing alongside waterways. As you can see, I've just harvested a few items. I tend to leave the lowest part still remaining, which allows it to regrow. So back at the crafting table we craft ourselves some paper and combine that with some planks to form our cartography table. This can be placed like any other sort of occupation block, like the crafting table, like the furnace. So we'll pop it down and interact with it, and you get this screen up. Here you can add paper to the top part and it creates an empty map. But for our adventure we want to create a special type of map called a locator map. This is where it combines a regular map with a compass. A compass can be crafted from iron ingots and a piece of redstone dust. Luckily we found some of that in our adventures in the caverns last episode. So we combine and create our compass. Pop our spare bits away and return to the cartography table. So you combine your map with you combine your paper with the compass to create a locator map. The special thing about the locator map is it shows where you are. If you notice, we have opened up the map, it has populated the local area, and just on the top right there is a little white blob which shows us where we're looking and where we're moving. But you can see that the map doesn't show a great deal of area. Just sort of down to the water level you can see where our field was and everything. So we can use paper to expand it. As you can see, it was a level 0 out of 4, now it's a level 1 out of 4. And you can see it shows a slightly larger area. You can increase this up to a level 4 out of 4, which is a little bit extreme for what we want at the moment. As you can see, the level 2 gives us plenty of scope for adventure. Copy your maps by adding other maps into the bottom part. That is an important feature that we will use later on our adventure to make sort of locator beacons, as it were. We'll get to that at an appropriate time. So getting our bits and pieces together to head out, we want to fill our bundles with some important items. So we've transferred some iron blocks, some iron ingots, and converted those into iron blocks, so they take up less space. We're just tidying up a few odds and ends. As you can see, we've got a full set of equipment, some blocks, some bits for crafting. We've got our crafting table in there, we've got our cartography table in there, and I think we shall create ourselves an extra bundle, and using flowers to create dyes we can make each one slightly different colour, so it's easier to tell which one's which and where items may be. So our red one has our items in it and the yellow one is currently spare. So we are heading off north on our adventure. As you noticed, we have gone past the little hut that we made to protect our spawn point in a previous episode, and we've reached the top of our current map. So maybe it's time to do a little bit of expanding. So we'll pop our cartography table down again, get our map out, get a piece of paper, and there we go, a level 3 map now. So when we open that up, there you go, we are slap bang in the middle of the map, with plenty of area to expand. Don't forget to pick up your cartography tables. So we shall carry on north. The weather's looking nice, we're getting good views Seems to be some mountains off into the distance. The waterway seems to curl round back towards the pillager tower. But we're going to follow this little stretch of coast along, see what else we can find. There's some more sugarcane over there. I think we'll work our way across, harvest ourselves some more, create some more paper. Plenty of sheep and pigs about, and the landmass seems to be curving away from us, so we shall follow that along. But first of all, we shall get the paper. We'll get the sugarcane for the paper. Work our way up here. A little bit of a forest over there. We've got some fish in the nice clear waters. There was some more sugarcane there, but I'm not going to pick up every bit. Now we have a bumblebee, which means somewhere nearby on one of these trees we may have a beehive. These are cool little items. It'll spawn bees. If you attack it, the bees will attack you, and they can be quite damaging, so be very careful. Pun intended. If you put a campfire underneath, you can effectively smoke out the beehive, and you can use glass bottles to get jars of honey, or you can use shears on them to get blocks of wax. Wax is what you can use on copper blocks to stop them from aging. So following our waterway along, see if there's a good way down. Interesting looking peak over there. We may have to have a look at that. Oh, now the weather sets in. The cow's got the right idea. So we have a drowned in the water as well. We need to be careful. As it is raining, he can come out of the water and chase us. So we shall leave him well alone. Just remember to keep getting the map out every now and then to help fill in the gaps. Complete your map. This looks like going to be a bit of a cove. One entrance to another river we're coming up on. Either way, as we took the coastal route, I made sure we had a boat. So we shall follow this round. The weather is staying unpleasant. Yes, it appears to be a bit of a cove. Some bad guys over there. So we shall explore around this side. Also some big mushrooms on the other side there, in the woods. They're interesting little additions to the biome. Seems to be a big waterfall coming down from the top, which, as I shall demonstrate, makes it very easy to get to the tops of things. Because whilst yes, you have to battle gravity, and when you get out of your boat, make sure you break it and recollect it. But yes, you can swim up waterfalls to get up areas really quickly. You just have to keep an eye on making sure you don't fall out of them and plummet to your doom, or making sure that you don't accidentally drown. A quick nosy around here. We have an underwater cavern and a skeleton. We we shall make our way over here, leave them well alone. And we'll work our way up. So, to swim up a waterfall, it's nice and straightforward. Just walk into it and use your jump function. As you can see, you sort of pop in and out of the water depending on the topography of the terrain. But you see we're making nice and quick progress up to the top. Seems to be a random little walkway up there, so we can pause here, have a look, and accidentally fall out. Luckily we didn't fall too far, took a bit of damage. We can work our way back up. So this is up to the top of the waterfall. As you can see, it all seems to be coming from that little block there. We could stick a block in there and stop the water, but I'll keep it going for the time being. And we have a change of biome as well. Going up into a mountain peaks, you can see the weather's changed to snow. The trees are different. I believe these are now dark oaks and spruces. Spruce wood's a very nice wood, I do like it for building and crafting. Seems to be a way down, but let's see what we can spot up here. One thing to be careful of in snowy regions is snow blocks. You can fall through them and you will take damage, sort of a smothering, freezing effect. Whilst we're up here we'll gather some snowballs. Not much use at the moment, but we will have use for those in a much further ahead episode. Seems to be a bit of a valley down that way, but it's going off our map at the moment, so we shall continue heading up. See what sort of a view we can get. Put down a torch, help us to see, keep it lit, keep it safe. See how far up we can get. I would imagine it's probably quite a nice view if it wasn't the middle of the night. I'm using the crouching trick to creep to the edge there. Very important. Let's see if we can't have a bit of a doze somewhere reasonably safe. Because of the torch we should be safe from monsters. Just need a suitably large 2x1 block area to put down the bed. And off we go. There's a new day. The snow is still falling. Oh no, it's cleared up now. Brilliant. So we can come up, have a little look around. Bit of a forest beneath us, a couple of those big mushrooms. Look back towards where our base is. As the sun comes up, you can see there seems to be a little bit of a block which is floating in the air. One of the little quirks of the world design, you do get areas which just seem to randomly float. And we have some iron down there. Always try never to pass up iron if I can reach it reasonably. When mining in areas like this, you do have to be a little bit careful of drops. Opening up waterways could wash you off the side. Crouching and nosy, some coal, a bit more coal. Does not look like a safe bet to get. So we work our way back to the waterfall and use the water to work our way down nice and quickly. You can just drift down, or if when you're in the water, if you crouch, it'll make you go down quicker, as you can see. Just make sure you pop in and out every now and then, replenish your oxygen bar so you don't drown. Although I suppose that is a quick way of getting down as well. And jump into the water, and there's a creeper next to us which has detonated. I did not spot that on the way down, but he spotted us. Ooh. Little pink bits would suggest there's an enderman nearby as well, so we should just have to be careful. They don't like the water, and he will leave us alone as long as we don't look at him. So back up and through the forest. An interesting mix of oaks, dark oaks, birches, and of course the giant mushroom. Now the mushrooms you can use to make mushroom soup, so just break the blocks. I think you need to craft yourself a bowl to go with it, but it's a good hearty food. And as you can see, it sometimes drops mushrooms as well. We shall continue working our way up and along. As you can see on the map, we're getting closer to the coastline again. Just having a good little look around, making sure we're not missing anything, not going to get ambushed by anything. Where you have big trees like this, there is always the possibility that there could be zombies or skeletons, creepers, hiding within them. So you want to make sure you don't come a cropper to one of those. So we seem to be a bit high up. A drowned in the water there. Collect a little bit of the dark oak. As you can see, it's a nice darker chocolatey colour. Very nice for certain builds. We need to work our way down. As it is just water beneath us, I don't mind just having a bit of a run and jump off the side. Just staying away from that drowned. We've got a dolphin down here as well. I'm going to try and get a bit of salmon. Try not to hit the dolphins, they do not like it. So if you give a dolphin a piece of salmon, it can lead you to sunken shipwrecks, which can contain maps, treasures, all sorts of goodies. Ah, there we go. There's our fish. Let's load up our boat. And our fish. And see if the dolphins will play nice. None of them are coming back over to us. So we shall go to them. Now I spent a little while running around, playing with the dolphins, trying to give them the fish, but they either didn't want it, wouldn't take it, or I was doing something wrong. So we could not uncover ourselves a shipwreck at this time. Oh, a little squid. You can use those to get black ink sacs, which are good for dyeing things black, funnily enough. There's it. Trying to give it to him, tried throwing it out to him, to no avail, but we did attract a drowned. Now your boat is a two-person item, and a mob that gets in it will be stuck in it. So he came up to get us, interacted with the boat, climbed into the boat with us, so it was attacking us and burning us. But when we got out, he could not, which allowed us to deal with him. So we shall head back along the coast. As you can see, that's the peak that we were up earlier, since we sort of a split two-peak formation. And I can see a cave up there as well. Let's go have a look. A big enough cave could have some nice resources in there. We seem to have a slightly swampy biome looking now. It's an interesting mix of biomes in this area. Not seen one quite like this before. As you can see, the sun seems to be slowly setting now. There's another mushroom. And yes, a nice big cave and a nice big occupied cave. So we shall deal with a couple of zombies. And it looks like there's a couple of spiders in there as well. Oh, and they've seen me, so you can use an axe to attack. It's also usable as a weapon. But I prefer to store the durability for chopping down trees. Ooh, good amount of string there as well. Ooh, that's a very nice effect. I do like that. I do like the way the sun is setting through the other side there. This could be a possibility for a little mini base, I think, with a bit of building and construction, lighting it up. Could be very pretty. For now we shall claim some coal. The pickaxe durability is starting to run down a little bit. Hopefully we can get a little bit more. And there it breaks. Oh, there is some more to get. But we shall sleep for the night and continue on. Yes, I do like this little cave. Another bit down there. Won't go that way just yet. Oh, we seem to have some interlopers. Looks like a pair of creepers. Let's go deal with them. No, it is a trio of creepers. Bit of a challenge. Usual tactics still apply even when there's multiples. Go for the one that's nearest to you. Make sure you don't get caught in all the blast. Oh, there he goes. So we didn't quite get all of them. Left a bit of a hole in the ground. It was quite interesting seeing them blow each other up. Let's light up around here a little bit more. Try to put off any further bad guy spawnings. There's an interesting area out here. A bit more of a waterway. Looks like swamplands. Another tower on the other side. So let's make our way over, have a good look. All the stuff's still looking alright. Some of our tools are starting to wear a little bit thin. Still some nice waterways. Working our way across a nice sandy beach. More mushrooms under the trees there. This is definitely an interesting world we've ended up in. Oh, some turtles. Alright, a nice big lake, again leading on to a bit more of swampland. There's a hill in the distance there. Plenty to continue exploring. So for now I am going to call it a day on part 1. I shall hopefully release part 2 within the next couple of days, so please look out for that. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, post any comments, questions, queries, and I shall see you in the next episode.